And finally, the game has started here on Akalon Wastes. TVZ, Nick versus Rich Bells, or... Come on, I gotta think of a good pun here. Rich Belly? Belly. I'm gonna just call him Belly. He's a Rich Belly.
I forgot to ask you, are you
Does that make...
observer, or do I follow you?
If people want seasickness, sure. I mean, that works out fine.
I'll obs then.
Okay. All right. By the way, Rich Bellies, I think that means he's a hillbilly, but he's rich, so he's basically on Duck Dynasty. So we have SerA Richbelly spawning in the top left position, representing Team Seraphic. Holy crap, that's a spider. BRB, one moment.
Yeah. This isn't the first time that this has happened to him with the spider.
Jesus, what's the size of my hand? Okay, I just killed
This
a
isn't the
huge
first time
freaking
this has
spider.
happened to you.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was. They're usually not that big, though. I swear, if you say that's what she said. No.
That's what she said.
God dang it. All right. I already introduced top left player. He's from Duck Dynasty, and he plays for Team Seraphic Gaming. Blah. And there's a bit of lag. And spawning bottom right position for Team 2 Pro. He's the one, the only, Nick. Just Nick. That's it. So, he isn't going to be opening up with the patent pending, I might add, 8 CC first. I believe that's how you do the build. Yes, you get an 8 command center and don't build supply depots for the entire game. Excellent strategy for Fun Day Mondays and the lot. Looks like our Zerg player is going to be going for a 14 hatch. Of course, he's sending out the drone a little bit early, scout around for, you know, maybe some proxy barrack shenaniganry, but you know what is going to be on shenaniganry menu thing? Because I couldn't think of something to say, and so I'm just rambling on until I find something that somewhat coherently fits what I was trying to say. Nick's going to be going for that 13 geyser, so he will be moving out into some Reapers, and here we go, 14 hatch going down, and there's a ping. It's a glorious ping. An epic ping. I think
Shenanigans?
this is just a scout. No. I think this was if Belays did a CC, saw a CC first, then he'd do the cats. I'm gonna make a hatchery in your bush. And, you know, that's fair. But, yeah, he sees that there's no CC first going down, and he's just gonna, try to delay the supply depot here. He's gonna try and delay the supply depot here. He's gonna... Okay, didn't delay the supply depot. That's fine. Bell is gonna be putting down the spawning pool right about now, so very standard build. This Reaper can hopefully get a couple of drone kills, but that's being hopeful. This Overlord over here in the middle bottom right corner, I want to say, of the map, he's getting ready. He has a very perilous mission up ahead of him. SCVs. Did you know SCVs could point up, Senix? Did you know that?
I did not know that.
SCVs can point up. It's a fact. Just, SCVs never fight Overlords, so you never see it, but... So, the first Reaper is on the way, second Reaper coming on up, so it won't be one Reaper directly into Factory, it'll probably be 2, 3 Reaper into Factory, then Hellions, then double barracks, etc. But before all that happens, he's going to be throwing this command center on the low ground, kind of greedy, but I love it. So, here comes the Reaper. Gonna be coming on in. Got that jetpack and the combat drugs. Just, putting in needles into his arm the whole time. And I just hit my hand kind of hard. That was good. Now, can he get a drone here? Zergling's gonna try and give us, good surround for a moment. But pretty excellent kiting by Nick so far. Getting some good damage done on those Zerglings. Factory about halfway done. Got the reactor a little bit... It's not late, it's just poorly timed, I think. I could be wrong. I'm a terrible Terran player, so what do I know? This Reaper just going to be scouting around, try to get some damage done. They are at max HP, so they should go in. Remember, those combat drugs... Reapers literally carry bandanas of Band-Aids at their side, just all day long. And... looks like they will be using those bandana of Band-Aids shortly, since they did dump into the orange and the yellow. And look at this by Nick. He's getting a quick third CC, but Bele sees this with the Overlord. He has completed his mission. He has served the Overmind well. Double Extractor coming on up in the main of Bele. Tech Lab going down for our Terran player. Double Hellions on the way. SCVs being produced. The Reapers Oh, he loses a Reaper at the front. Not good. Never want to be losing those Reapers because, you know, they can move at about 3.75 against the Zergling's 2.95, you know, before speed, of course. And look at this drone, he's taking this moment of opportunity to try and throw down a quick third hatch. I mean, 6:30 mark, it's around the time you want to get an expansion as Zerg, but that doesn't mean you're going to get it. But, you know, 3 Zerglings can, in fact, kill a Reaper without speed, mind you, just need excellent micro, and for the Terran player to do a little dance in front of it. The Hellions are at home. Thank you for the ping, yet again. Another excellent ping. Keep it coming, I need your help. These Hellions are moving out across the map. Speed only just about halfway done. There's an Overlord moving in. These Hellions are about to get some roasted Zerglin. Good eating back on Core Hole. Yeah, that's a planet, right? Thanks. Back me up here.
I think so.
Okay, good. So Stim is about halfway done for our Terran player. 3rd CC finishing up right about now into an orbital command because gotta love them mules. Our Terran player is up to about 6 Hellions, but he can't really do a run-by because Queens are kind of good. He is going to try and bust his way in, but Queens, they don't die. And transfuse. But the Queens do leave an opening for the Hellions to go the other way. This 3rd hatchery for our Zerg player is a much more interesting thing going on right now. It will be finished, but actually our Zerg player loses a Queen. That's not great, but you know what else is not great? Terran player losing all his Hellions. So there goes about 800 minerals for about 150. That sounds reasonable. And our Terran player is now scrambling to get the wall up. He shall hold within this wall. He shall last the Zerglings. A pitiful attempt to reference Lord of the Rings, and I'm okay with it. 1 lone Marine scouring on for Overlords around the natural in-base 3rd of our Terran player. The Overlord is going in, seeing what he can see. These 2 barracks are kind of late, but considering he got that 3rd CC, they're decent low engineering base in the back. He will be using those for upgrades, and these Zerglings are in fact chilling right here, just in the bushes. Just in the bushes. They are predators, they are hunting. Preparing. The lair is finishing up for our Zerg player. Baneling Nest just now finishing 1-1, about, I want to say 60% done for our Zerg player. 1-1 only just now starting for our Terran player. Combat Shield on the way. 2 barracks finishing on up. A 3rd barracks going down, and a starport. Another excellent ping for the Spire.
Somebody loves their pings.
And he loves the P. Loves that P. Widow Mines are being produced for our Terran player. He does have 4 Marines, which will go into a bunker, but the supply depot wall is down. That's a fun thing about Terran right now. Well, ever since Wings of Liberty, they can raise and lower the supply depot. And I believe the first one, they actually didn't have that, and it was really hard to hold off early rushes, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but whatever. I don't know anything about that. 2-2 starting up for our Zerg player. Centrifugal hooks just now starting. Spire about 80% done. These Hellions are going to get into the 3rd, but they will be abruptly destroyed horribly by Zerglings on creep, which do have a movement speed I'm just going to say 6, because math on stream doesn't work. It just doesn't. So, our Zerg player will be moving into the mid-game with quite an upgrade advantage over the Terran player. Terran player still has not landed that 3rd base, and it is the 11-minute mark. Oh, and he's also at about a 10-worker oversaturation at his natural. So all these workers, well, I want to say 20% of them aren't doing anything. They're on union break forever. Darn Dominion unions. 24 workers is the only safe working environment, but those mules coming from space, immigrants, they get to work anytime they want. What's up with that? Freaking Dominion Union. Well, screw that. Anyhow, mutalisks are on the way. 9 at the moment. Zerg flare attack +1 on the way. Banelings, another hatchery, 4th base done, and the creep spreads beautiful. So our Terran player isn't looking all that great going into the mid-game, in my opinion. However, he does have, I want to say, 18 Marines, 8 Widow Mines, and 3 Marauders. I did not look at the units tab for that. I just knew that off the top of my head. Now, let's see. Where are the Mutalisks? Where are the Murderisks? Ain't she? They're just chilling in the main, flopping their wings. They're on break, too. Freaking Mutalisks. 2 more extractors going down, so 2 at the main, 2 in the natural, 2 in the third. That comes up to 6. 2 more, that's 8. So 8 extractors. That's a ton of gas for our Zerg player, and this Widowmine is going to see this creep tumor. Widowmines, unfortunately, cannot shoot creep tumors. That would be amazing. What Asylum said, thank you, Asylum. You're a beautiful Grandmaster. Did I mention Asylum's Grandmaster? He's Grandmaster. If you're listening right now, give him a round of applause with one hand. Very carefully, though, because there are multiple ways to go about that, and I don't want you doing something less than PG. 8 more Mutalisks on the way. This will put him up to about 16 Mutalisks with +1 flyer attacks. Infestation Pit on the way. So, let's look at it this way. Terran player, he's going out onto creep, and Zerg player has everything he's ever wanted. Oh, and he's going to have about 30 Banelings. So, these Widowmines need money connections. Straight up money connections. Like 4 Banelings per hit. He actually lifts up his Marines and Medevac. He didn't really need to do that. Wasted an Igniter Afterburner, but you know, it's free, so whatever, waste away. Good Mutalisks harass, but don't go into the Widowmines. Widowmines kind of good against Mutalisks, just a little bit. I mean, Mutalisks can regenerate, but when they're turned to smoking piles of bat wings, you know, can't really regenerate all that well. Now, Zerg player is trying to activate those Widowmines, but he's not doing too well with it. Yeah, never mind, he's doing pretty well with it. So, our Terran player has a pretty good spread in his army, except, you know, it's all over the place, quite literally. But our Zerg player decided it was a good idea to run into Widowmines off creep. So, our Zerg player may or may not have taken unreasonable amounts of damage. Take a look at the units lost tab, and it's actually equal. What the heck? That shouldn't have happened. Alright, so our Zerg player is taking a 5th base, while this game has kind of equalized, except for our Terran player is actually dominating, when by all accounts he shouldn't. 2-2 finishing up right about now, so it's a bit late on the 2-2. This engagement will happen before it's done, and all his units die. There we go, that's how it's supposed to look. There we go. Alright. So, now the game is in its real phase, with the Zerg player absolutely mowing over the Terran's forces. Hive? That's right, it's a Hive. It's about halfway done for our Zerg player. He's on 5 base, our Terran is on 3, so I'm surprised the Zerg player hasn't closed it out just yet, but, you know, Widowmines, they good, man, they good. Excellent Mutalisk control in the midfield, sniping off some free Widowmines. Always want to, you know, get anything you can, anywhere. That's going to be so misinterpreted. Jeez, I'm having an awful night today. So our Terran player is throwing down 3 extra barracks, getting that factory with the tech lab finally to get those drilling claws, kind of ultra super late, but that's fine. And take a look at the Harvesters tab. Our Terran player is at 80 SCVs, and our Zerg player is at 82 drones. Our Zerg player slightly oversaturated, I want to say, but only slightly, and he is going to be going for what appears to be Infestor Ultralisks, so it's completely fine. +2 flyer attack on the way for our Zerg player. 3-3 for his ground units, getting that Zerg carapace upgrade, and getting the adrenal glands because he's a smart person. And here comes a big engagement at the 5th base of our Zerg player. And Mutalisks with Zerglings, kind of good. Oh, and Banelings. Banelings are good too. They do 43 versus Lightning. So there goes the Terran's army, and the Zerg player's on 5 base, but we take a look at the in-base third, a drop's coming in, and there are Zerglings waiting for it. Excellent drop prevention by our Zerg player. These Mutalisks probably just going to go snipe that medevac, because it's just sitting there. And there it goes. Don't listen to me, Nick. 2 Banelings trying to get into the 4th base of our Terran player, and 1 will make it through, but 1 is sadly not enough to kill an entire line of SCVs. That takes 2, my friend. 2 Banelings can kill upwards of 24 SCVs if they're lucky enough. Just remember that. Good Mutalisk. Hold on. Yeah, 1 Mutalisk was killed by that Widowmine, and I am lisping so bad. I don't know what's wrong with me today. 3-3 on the way for our Terran player, way behind our Zerg player's 3-3. He is getting Burrow, and there are Widowmines in the midfield. There are Widowmines. Great Widowmines. Special Widowmines. Hero Widowmines. They have seen more action than you could possibly ever see in your lifetime. So there's really not too much to say about this game, except for Terran player is just slowly trying to take more expansions, but his army is just being crushed over and over again by our Zerg player, who will soon be transitioning into what appears to be